Dinkoff at that time was trying to meet the Olympic standard distance to just get a chance at Tokyo. The Comets are going for 5 in a row tonight.
The Comets have made history. To start as an assistant, work your way up to the head coaching position, and then win a Kelly Cup championship with this team. I mean, what does this mean to you?
If those aren't football words to live by, I don't know what is. This game isn't full of hugs and tea parties. No, it's physical. I sound like a broken record, but I also don't care. Book to Skronik again for his 3rd touchdown. Hey, the countdown to August 20th is on. That's week 1 of the high school football season. And very soon, fans will be able to sit exactly where I'm sitting. When a football player graduates from high school, they want to take their talents immediately to college. But sometimes life gets in the way. They can ball. Jair Knight, 2 hands at the rim right here, just for good measure. Good night. The Tin Caps holding the White Caps to a goose egg on the scoreboard. 0 runs on just 4 hits. What was it like hearing Ian Book called at this year's draft?
I say it a lot, but I say dream come true.
5 area teams like New Haven, Jay County, and Southside all making changes at the coaching position for the 2021 high school football season.
Sports coverage you can count on.
I'll just talk about the running backs. We got Aiden Dennis, dog. Dodie Devon, dog. That never gets old. Pretty much every kid in high school wants to be popular, but Nelson Kanapke of Bishop Luers has set a new standard. The senior is not only well known in his high school hallways, but right now he's one of the most popular kids across the country on social media. That's because of the interview you just saw. Who let the dog out? We did. Here's the story of this video gone viral. I'll just talk about the running backs. We got Aiden Dennis, dog.
If you're on social media, then you've probably seen my interview.
Sir Hale, dog.
Bishop Luers senior Nelson Kanapke's high praise of his teammates in a Highlight Zone season preview has been seen over 1.3 million times, making this dog a viral sensation.
It's pretty bananas, you could say. Got a lot more Instagram followers. I've got quite a bit of DMs. People have called me a dog more times than I thought I would ever be called a dog in my life. My Spanish teacher calls me the El Grande Perro, which is the big dog. I get a kick out of that every time.
From Barstool Sports to the Pat McAfee Show and even the Arizona Cardinals using it for their campaign, the internet has Kanapke on replay.
You know, I think it was just wholesome. A young fellow, you know, boosting the morale of his team, you know, shouting out his boys, which, I mean, you know, I wasn't trying to do anything special, right? I was just doing my thing. RJ Hogue, dog.
I'll be honest with you, I've probably watched this video over 100 times, but that's the really cool thing about this. It's not an act or a one-off type of deal. If anything, thanks to the connected world we live in today, America was just finally introduced to the real Nelson Kanapke.
Being the youngest of 6 kids, you got to be a little loud. You got to make your presence known. So after seeing that video, I don't think any of us were really surprised. That's who he is 24/7.
That's Bruce. There's Nelson, the person, and then there's Bruce. Bruce is the personality, the character, and it's hard to identify between the two.
Why do they call you Bruce, man?
I came out of the womb and my delts formed, my triceps formed, my biceps, there was some definition. And so all my siblings were like, wow, he's so muscular, he looks like the Hulk. So then they started calling me Bruce, because like Bruce Banner, you know? That's the name of the Hulk, Bruce Banner. They started calling me Bruce.
What do you want them to know about who Nelson Kanapke is?
I went to a middle school that had a graduation class of 8 people, you know? Just a small town kid. You know, I like going to Cracker Barrel. You know, there's not much to me.
Just a small town kid. He likes going to Cracker Barrel. You know, thanks to you, the viewers, this video has been seen over 1.4 million times now. In the NFL, the Colts have a lot to figure out when it comes to the offense with very little time remaining. After week 2 in Minnesota, where the Colts won primarily off of great defense and some field goal kicks, neither Sam Ehlinger or Jacob Eason had the type of play to secure the number 2 spot or the starter role if Carson Wentz's rehab from surgery keeps him out of the Week 1 opener against Seattle. Now, the good news is Wentz, along with Ryan Kelly and Quentin Nelson, will return for limited practice this week, but still, with nothing for certain and one final preseason game remaining, head coach Frank Reich wants to see all of the reps he can before making this very important decision.
I don't want to paint a picture like it all depends.
In baseball news, we're now in the final quarter of the minor league baseball season, and looking at the playoff picture, the two teams with the best records in the High A Central will meet in a best-of-5 championship series. Now, right now, those two teams are Quad Cities and Cedar Rapids. The Tin Caps sit 8 games back from one of those two spots with 25 games left to play. It's not impossible, but Fort Wayne will have a lot of winning to do within the next few weeks of baseball, and some luck wouldn't hurt either. In the final game with the West Michigan Whitecaps for the year, in the top of the 4th, Chris Given sends a soft fly ball that lands out in shallow center field. Johnny Holmes scoring on the hit, and the Tin Caps carry this 1-run lead into the top of the 9th. That's when Fort Wayne adds a little insurance money. Ilarasa sends a high fly ball out to center field. It's caught, but deep enough to send Justin Lopez home for the score. And the Tin Caps' winning streak extends to 3 in a row, winning 2-0 in the series finale.
I'm pretty calm and relaxed once the gun goes off.
When it comes to running the mile, nobody in the country is faster than incoming senior at Huntington North, Addie Wiley.
It means a lot to me to know that no matter what, I can put my best foot forward and really do something to make myself proud and for me to be proud of.
In her junior year with the Vikings, Wiley winning a lot.
It is Addison Wiley's world, and we are living in it.
The runner becoming the first female in Indiana history to take home both the 800 and 1600 meter state titles at the same state championship meets.
I feel like I usually have a pretty good strategy going into races. I know what I'm gonna do ahead of time, and it almost always works out for me.
Now, Wiley will come back to school for her senior year with some pretty sweet bragging rights. How about the Nike National Champion in the mile and the girls' 2021 Indiana Gatorade Track and Field Player of the Year?
Gatorade one is pretty big. I really like that one, especially because we got to make a donation to a non-for-profit. So I think that one's great what Gatorade is doing to help younger athletes.
But what if I told you, if it wasn't for a team of doctors, a family of supports, and an unmatched determination at the age of 10, Wiley's running career may have never left the starting line.
I think it goes really unnoticed. I don't know, we don't talk about it a lot. When I was in 4th grade, I started to get really tired all the time. I would come home from school and I'd just have constant headaches. I just wouldn't feel good. Found out that I had a cancer tumor. It was about the size of a tennis ball, and it was between my diaphragm and right lung. Basically just pushing in on that lung, making it a little bit hard to breathe.
A tumor that affects less than 1% of people.
At my time, my biggest fear was like, Mom, will I be home for Christmas?
A scary thing to face, Wiley fighting her way through the other side, using it to fuel her.
It's just the scare of anything could happen at any time. I never thought I'd have another tumor again, and a couple winters ago I was having surgery for what we thought was another one. You never know what's going to take place, you never know what's going to happen. So I have to take advantage of each moment in the classroom, at practice. If I walked around every day being scared that I'm going to have another tumor, then I wouldn't accomplish anything.
An inspiration to keep moving forward. Wiley, wowing us all. For Wayne 15 Sports, I'm Colton Howard.